Hi, my name's Leighton from Net Results, and this is 5 things that you need to know about if you are going to do business across the Middle East. You're too late for China, you're too late for India, but you might not be too late if you want to enter the Middle East, a region which today is of course celebrating the ever-increasing price of oil and, thanks to the petrodollar, has an increased influence over the global economy. But business in the Middle East is unlike business you've experienced anywhere else. According to IMF data, the Middle East region as a whole has experienced nominal growth rates of over 17% in the 4 years up to 2006. Fiscal balances remain healthy, particularly in oil-producing nations. So, without further ado, here are the 5 things that you need to know if you're going to be doing business in the Middle East. Number 1. The Middle East is not a region. Europe, for example, is a region. It has political and economic factors which bind these countries together. Not so in the Middle East. Sure, there is a holistic region, but that has many factions. The Middle East is a group of countries distinct in their politics, economics, and demographic breakdown. No one can even say for sure how many countries there are in the Middle East. There's no hard and fast rules that define this geography. Is Egypt part of the Middle East? Are any of the Stans? What about Turkey? Some regions in the Middle East are easier to define. The GCC, the Gulf Cooperative Councils, comprises of 6 countries: the United Arab Emirates, Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and the big brother of them all, Saudi Arabia. Similarly, the region of Levant is easy to define: Syria, Lebanon, and Jordan. The region has impressive stats. The 6 nations of the GCC earned $381 billion from their exports of oil in 2007, and another $26 billion from gas, according to the Institute of International Finance. If the oil price hovers at around $100 a barrel, they'll reap a cumulative windfall of almost $9 trillion by 2020. A vast number relative to the size of the GCC economies, which had a combined GDP of $800 billion in 2007. Not all these riches are ploughed back into the local economy. The Gulf added $250 billion to its stock of foreign assets in 2007. This hoard is divided between the region's central banks and its sovereign wealth funds, and its wealthy sovereigns. It added up to $1.8 trillion by the end of last year, by the Institute of International Finance estimates, and more like $2.4 trillion according to some. What of the money remains in the region? The 6 members of the GCC announced or began projects worth $1.9 trillion in 2007, according to the Middle East Economic Digest, 43% more than a year ago. But when it comes down to actually doing business in the Middle East, we need to be a little bit more specific. And that leads us to point number 2.